Hello, you guys. I hope you all are doing well. I wanted to get your thoughts on this story. I don't know if I remember the police officer, Amber Geiger, that killed Botham Jean in his own apartment, which she insists that she thought it was her apartment. So the article reads, Amber Geiger's attorneys want her murder trial for killing Botham Jean moved out of Dallas. Fired Dallas police officer Amber Geiger's attorney asked a judge Monday to move her murder trial out of Dallas, citing the media hysteria surrounding the shooting death of Botham Jean. Geiger, 30, shot and killed Jean September 6 inside his apartment when she was off duty but still in uniform. Authorities said she mistook his apartment for her own. She said his door was unlocked and she thought Jean, a 26-year-old accountant from St. Lucia, was a burglar. Geiger's attorney argued in their court filings that the publicity surrounding this case has been, I guess, a problem for her because everybody know her, everybody know about the story. But Jean's death was international news, and local media outlets published a stream of stories after his death. Geiger's attorney cited 297 articles about Geiger and Jean in that motion. Whether potential jurors are qualified to sit on the jury isn't about whether they've heard about the shooting or even if they know Jean, which is the guy that she killed, and Geiger, which is the officer. To serve, jurors can't have an opinion about Geiger's guilt or innocence. The trial is scheduled to start September 23rd. Jurors' selection is slated to begin on the 1-year anniversary of Jean's death. So, of course, a gag order has already been put in place, so the attorneys or anybody that socialize with the media on this criminal case, they don't want nobody saying anything about it. So, of course, a gag order was put in place. But Geiger's attorney requests that the trial be moved to another county. All because she's so concerned about everybody knowing what already happened and her going into this innocent man's apartment and killing him. So to save face, she wants to move it to another county, possibly state if possible. Now they're saying that Geiger's attorney argued that several prominent public official comments on the case along with the media coverage make it impossible for the former Dallas officer to get a fair trial in Dallas County. So now her attorneys are saying that a lot of the people in that county has already poisoned the jurors' minds with this type of hatred that she had, and she was wrongly and all this. No, she was wrong. Because my thing is, how can you mistaken a whole house, a whole apartment, when you don't even have the same welcome mat? You don't have, just say, different color door and anything like that. How can you mistake somebody's apartment that's not yours? Then you go inside this apartment and shoot this man. You kill him. And not only did she not call 911 immediately, she called someone else to try to gather whatever she could, still trying to save her behind. But a whole life is lost. And just because she's a police officer doesn't mean a thing to me. I don't understand how in the world, with being a police officer or a lawyer or a judge or whoever you may be, why do they feel like they gotta, do everything they can to protect them? Just because a police officer goes to the police academy and be certified or take an oath to serve and protect the citizen does not mean that they're not crooked themselves. So if it was anybody else that ran into this guy's apartment and killed him, whether it was an accident or not, do you really think that they would be doing all this, trying to move it to a different county and do this and do that? No, they would not. They will be simply charged with murder, if not burglary and breaking and entering and all that too. So, if it was a regular citizen, no, they would not be out of jail waiting on their court hearing. But because of who she is, and she's a police officer, they're doing everything they can to protect her. And I just don't get that. Such as planting evidence, such as putting his whole personal life out on the internet, or just trying to make him be something that he's not. Or either trying to bring up his past to make him look like a bad guy. And I just don't think that's right. Yes, my husband is the chief of police. And guess what? If he do something wrong, I'm not going to uphold it. Even if it was my children, I wouldn't uphold it. But how can you mistake in somebody's apartment? So through some of the research that was done on her, she had already, was getting complaints about the noise from his apartment. I personally think that she probably just got sick of it and just went up there to confront him about it, and things got out of hands. That's what I feel. I do not feel that she was so tired that she didn't realize she was going into his apartment. That just ain't gonna fly with me. So while her attorneys are sitting here saying that the media outlets are pushing the wrong narrative, that merely because Geiger is white and Mr. Jean was black, the incident must have been racial in nature. But I really don't believe it was a racial thing. The point is, a life has been lost. They push back on the notion, saying Geiger mistakenly entered an apartment she thought was hers and had no idea who was inside. There is no evidence showing that the defendant knew that a black man lived in that apartment, they wrote in the motion. There is no evidence showing that the defendant knew that a person in the apartment was smoking marijuana. And certainly, neither the defendant nor the attorneys had anything to do with the discovery of the marijuana in Mr. Jean's apartment. So all that stuff was in the media, basically just to try to throw salt on him. But please, have some type of dignity. A life is lost. A life is lost. Someone is dead. Someone lost their child, their brother, and I don't think he had any kids. But the point is, just have some dignity and just make this girl be held accountable for going into someone's apartment and basically murdering them, because that's just what it is. It's a murder. It's not an accident. Because right now, you can live. I could even see if it was a vehicle or something. But still, though, that I just don't understand. How can you even say that you thought somebody was in your apartment and you just go in there and start shooting this guy? So, y'all, I just want to get y'all opinion on that and what y'all, thought about Dallas County really trying to save face and save this girl's behind, because either way it goes, she murdered this guy. He is dead. He's never coming back. And I feel that she needs to be held to the highest court of law, just like everybody else. Just because she's a police officer does not mean that she should get the less punishment, because if it was you and I, we would have been up under the jailhouse. So, of course, they're going to do what they got to do to help her get through this with the lightest sentence there is. I say lock her up for life. Put her in general population, and really, general population is too good for her. And I knew they would try to come, I just knew that they would try to come up with something so that it would be some type of, where it won't look like it's some type of racist defense or whatever. The point is, this boy is dead. I don't care what color he is. If you were his parents, you would feel the same way. So I just wanted to share this story, and please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye. Hello, you guys. I hope you all are doing well. I wanted to get your thoughts on this story. I don't know if I remember the police officer, Amber Guyver, that killed in his own apartment.